This is our calibration process for the Testr11 dual range electro-conductivity meter. So with this unit, we've got three buttons. We've got the on and off button. We've got the temperature mode change from Celsius to Fahrenheit, but we leave it in Celsius for our records. And we've got the hold enter button that'll help with our either calibration process or for holding the results onto the screen. So first of all, we use the on off button. And hopefully we get some power going. If there's any issues, the first protocol is always to see if a new set of batteries will help out. When the batteries go flat, these meters become a little bit less reliable. You can change the batteries by unscrewing the top, and we've got 4 watch batteries in here. So either LR44 or A76 watch batteries. And we'll leave the cap off because we need the cap off for a calibration solution. So first of all, take the bottom cap off. We're going to rinse our probes into the distilled water. Give that a bit of a rinse. And then we can give that a bit of a quick dry with some paper towel. And we have our 1413 low range salinity solution, EC solution. So we'll pop that into here, and it's reading about 1600. So we're about 400 off from where we do want to be. To start the calibration solution process, you can press one of the top buttons. So one of the top buttons that are up here, press one of those, and it's telling us calibration 1 point. Okay, so now we've got on the top number on the screen is reading what the meter is reading, and the bottom is recognizing that it should be sitting in a low range 1413 EC solution. So we're going to sit the probe into the calibration solution, give it a little bit of a swish. We're going to wait until that top number is fairly stable. So we're sitting between 1570, 1580, not so bad. You do want to make sure that the probe is sitting a little bit higher in the water column with the probes totally exposed to the water, not out of the water, but you do not want it sitting at the bottom because you may get a slightly different number. So you can see that's now reading 1500 as opposed to 1600 sitting a bit higher up in the column, 1590, 1580. So once that water is, that number is stable on the top end of it, 1570, press the enter button. Now it's reading 1400. So we do want it 1400, 1410, 1420. So that's the range that we do want. If it's not sitting on that number, if it's sitting a little bit higher, a little bit lower, you can always go through the calibration process again. Here at the top, you can't over-calibrate these units. So we're just going to calibrate it again. Once again, it's reading that it is recognizing the low range buffer on 1413. Top number is saying 1590, pretty stable. Hit enter, and that's now reading 1420. So 1410 or 1420 is acceptable for our reading for a 1413 solution because we do not go down to the single digit numbers on these meters. So rounding up or rounding down, 1420 is acceptable, but if we did want to get it to 1410 as slightly closer, we can just recalibrate it. Wait for the number to stabilize, hit enter, and it's reading 1400. 1410, there we go, perfect. Okay, so if we want to do that for the high range solution, it's the exact same process, just using your 12,880 buffer solution. That is now calibrated and ready to go. Take a sample on our waterway.